It was good.
I'm waiting for the dopamine to come in.
Waiting, yeah.
Something I'll be like.
Insta waiting.
Tomorrow I'm like.
And waiting.
You know when it's gonna happen?
Episode 6 of Garage Weights.
Business takes.
GWBT. So we just finished an EMOM workout.
Every minute on the minute.
Every minute on the minute.
Tiny deaths.
We did 15 squats and 10 push-ups. So in 10 minutes, you are able to do 150 squats and 100 push-ups. You just got to break it up in minutes, and we averaged throughout the entire 10 minutes a 30-second rest.
Boom.
So what happens is, as soon as the first minute hits, you do your exercises, and usually we would finish around 28 seconds, 30 seconds, but then you have the rest of the minute to rest. And then the next time a minute hits, you do your exercises, and if you're doing fast, you have the rest of the minute to rest.
By minute 5, you're like...
By minute 5, you're like, holy smokes, 30 seconds is not enough rest.
Yeah.
So again, it was 15 squats and 10 push-ups every minute on the minute for 10 minutes.
And you look like this when you're done.
Yes, awesome.
I like it because you do like far more reps than you would do in like an hour-long workout. Like I'm gonna do squats and push-ups. I'm gonna do 12 reps in 4 rounds or whatever.
I'll do 3 sets of 12 and move on. And it's body weight, so it's not like you even need a gym or equipment. Normally we use the barbells and stuff. You just need a stopwatch. So it's good. If you guys do it, if you guys do the same workout, post how y'all did or how y'all felt. I know you're going to get the same amount of reps as we did, because that's the game plan, is to get that amount of reps. But let us know how you feel. Like, we averaged a 28 to 30 second exercise with a 30 to 32 second rest every minute throughout the whole 10 minutes. So whether you're watching this on some kind of social channel or whatever, post in the comments how you did. I'm really curious to see what y'all think about it. There's a good chance that a lot of you are in better shape than the both of us combined. So I'd really like to hear how you did. Maybe you did 20 squats and 15 push-ups or something like that. So let us know how your routine worked out.
We can do an EMOM post today.
Why not?
So let people know what it is.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really good, especially people who like procrastinate about working out.
Yeah.
And then are like, oh, I don't have time, and now I have to go get ready for dinner. And it's like, all you need is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, especially like if you
just want to knock it out.
If you want to include something like that before you leave for work.
Yeah.
You know, like if you wake up and you do what you got to do, and you plan on taking a shower every morning, like if you're one of the morning shower people before work, you could do 10 minutes. You probably screw around on Facebook or something like that for 10 minutes before you get in the shower. So maybe supplement your social media in the morning and just knock out 10-minute WOD. It would be good.
Some dopamine flowing.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah. So today, I think we're going to be talking about intentionality with your online presence.
What does that mean?
Oh, shucks, Katie, I'm so glad you asked.
Tell the people.
Basically, be intentional with everything you do. So if you're a new company and you want people to know who you are, maybe it's just important that you do a campaign for brand recognition. And you say, you know what, for the next 12 weeks, 3 months, that's a good amount of time for you to gauge interest. We're just going to be posting stuff about our brand, what our brand does, and maybe its culture. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're a company that has employees and you want to post about culture, you'll be posting how the employees have fun at work, how everybody's kind of a good team, a good teamwork environment, but also hard workers when the job needs to get done. You could highlight achievements, employee of the months, or if somebody got a certification. So posting things like that are good for brand recognition because it shows people that you're invested in your team, your employees.
I like that.
Oh, shucks. And then there's also like, who are you? Who is your brand? What is your brand story? So your logo should always be attached to your brand. That'd be either the social icon, the profile picture, things like that. But what is the brand story? Is the brand sleep consulting? You know, so for example, you are going to want to put about the company, you know, or about you for that matter. I am me. I graduated doing this. I love this about what I do. Show your passion. You know, if somebody sees that you're passionate, then they show you're invested in what you're doing.
That's true.
So you set that up for 12 weeks and you don't miss a day. It's not even
Sky
raining.
You don't miss a day. And like,
yeah, boom, right?
He didn't edit in that thunder.
No, that was...
His thoughts bring it.
My universe. And the fact, and I hope y'all heard the thunder, it's not even raining.
No.
Like, it is beautiful skies.
Don't miss a day.
Welcome to Central Florida. Don't miss a day.
Ominous. But also don't miss a day.
Yeah, don't miss a day with your posts. Because you got to figure there are multi-millions of posts, probably by the hour, potentially by the minute on a worldwide scale, through every social media platform.
I think that's the biggest point. Don't miss a day.
Yeah.
It's so easy, guilty, to be like, and then I'll do it tomorrow or whatever, especially with posts. And it's like, don't miss a day. But yeah, I miss days.
At the very minimum, hit every day, once a day. If you have enough content to do every day, once a day, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, twice a day. It's important to remember that with all those millions and millions of posts out there, if I'm looking at my newsfeed at 12:05 on my lunch break, and you posted at 12, I might not see it.
Yeah.
Depending on how many people I follow or how many other businesses I follow, I might not see your post. Just because even if the algorithms all work in chronological order, still might see it because of the sheer volume of posts. However, with consistency will come exposure. So it's going to be important that if brand recognition is your first 12-week campaign to kind of kickstart the business or kickstart a new identity for your business, right? Then you got to be consistent. Without consistency, you're going to get lost in the shuffle and not create the habit or the routine, which we had talked about once before, of always doing it. Damn. And you could utilize tools also. I am by no means affiliated with any marketing tools out there, but off the top of my head, I know 3 that I've used in the past for scheduling posts. So there's Buffer, there's Hootsuite, and there's Later. Peace. So Later does Instagram, and then Hootsuite Buffer does all of them.
I didn't know Later did Instagram.
Yeah.
I just learned something I'm going to use today.
Now you know. So the thing is, going back to intentionality, you're being intentional about brand recognition campaign and consistently posting, maybe using one of those tools to schedule your posts. That way, if you schedule them on a Monday, you schedule 2 weeks of posts.
Yeah.
Well, then you know you're going to be consistent for 2 weeks. So schedule them. Now, something about intentionality is if you're going to be intentional about being consistent and running this campaign, you also have to be intentional about engagement, which means you could use it to schedule, but you have to go on to these social media platforms and comment on other people's comments or like other people's comments. You know, so if somebody comments like, "Oh my gosh, Katie, thank you for that tip. My child is already sleeping better."
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to let that go because they're going to think you're an absentee landlord and not caring about them.
Yeah.
So you want to be very intentional about getting onto that social media platform and commenting, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it works for you. Keep an eye on my blog for other posts in similar topics.
Yeah.
So you just thanked them and congratulated them. You showed them that you give a damn. And then you said, hey, I have more value also. Keep an eye on this.
Yeah.
So intentional on so many levels, right?
Yeah.
Intentional on the consistency in your campaign, intentional on the scheduling, intentional on the engagement. It's all really important.
Yeah.
Now, when you get a little bit further in on your business, for example, maybe it's not branded recognition. Maybe you kind of exceeded that stage and you want to target a certain market, So maybe you want to target families with kids between this age and that age, So you're going to be creating posts to provoke either curiosity or touching on a pain point.
Okay.
Right? So a parent with a child that might be 2 years old, child's not sleeping through the night. My pain points are, they're not sleeping and they're waking up every couple hours and they're sleeping in bed with me and my wife, So these are all like 3 different pain points for like the one target demo.
Yeah.
So then you can post something that says, how's your 2-year-old sleeping right now?
Yeah.
Immediately, that's going to trigger me to say, like shit?
Yeah.
Not
at all?
Yeah. So then I'm going to want to read what you have left. So you just triggered a pain point. That was an emotional trigger.
Yeah.
And then the rest of your post should be a little bit of a teaser into read more on this blog. Okay. Or watch my video below, right? So now you went from brand recognition into being very intentional for that target market and their needs.
Okay.
Make sense? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's about being like super, again, I go back to that word, intentional.
Yeah.
You have to really know what you're going to post. Don't just post to post. Post to post.
Post to post.
Don't do that. If you just post to post, people are going to see that there's no value there. What value are you giving me?
Right.
It's all about me. It's all about the user. You should never post because it makes you feel good. Post
like
because
check it off, like you're
just a thing to do, right? Oh, I posted today. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's always about the end user. If you're not really looking after the end user,
right,
they're not going to look after you. Value.
True.
Value. You always have to add value. So it helps to have kind of a test group, maybe other business owners or friends. Business owners would be possibly better because it's kind of raw feedback or criticism. Business, there's no emotion in it. It's like, this is what I saw from that. Whereas if it's a friend group, there's going to be more emotion. Maybe you have 2 test groups, right? And you ask them, and it could be a group of 2 or 3. It doesn't have to be hardcore, but you ask them like, hey, do me a favor. Will you look over my last 15 posts on this platform and this platform and let me know what you think? They might come back and say like, yeah, so we know what your logo looks like. Well, that would be really sucky feedback, but valuable feedback, because now you have to reevaluate what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So it's really helpful to have that constructive criticism, because social that's the platform right now for organic and free reach.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get into paid advertising, but that's a different podcast.
Yeah.
So to have those groups will help you discover your intention, or hone in on it. I had another thing like right there to talk about, but it's not there anymore.
Maybe the thunder will come.
Dang, bring the thunder. Dang, that's really gonna bother me. That's not doing it. It has to be thunder.
No, there's a siren.
That's the lightning siren. I don't know if y'all could hear it.
It's trying to help jog your memory.
It's trying to help jog my memory. Oh! Holy smokes! Thunder brought it. lightning warning
Siren
brought it.
back.
Switch it up on your social media platforms. So if you post hi on Facebook, don't post hi on Twitter and hi on Instagram and hi on LinkedIn.
That's good to know.
Because if
the same people are following
all of them, they're like, why am I bothering doing this? Because if there's no value,
right,
and you're just posting the same thing on all the other platforms, you're like negative value at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
So would it be a good idea? I've been thinking lately about like if I post something on a story on Instagram for work, posting that story as content on a Facebook feed as opposed to like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, that all works. I mean that's why there's the sharing capabilities, you know?
Instead of sharing the story on Instagram to share the story on Facebook, I've been trying to not share it on the story on Facebook and share it as a post.
On the feed, yeah.
To kind of mix it up a little bit so
Absolutely.
people aren't seeing the same stories or the same posts.
For sure. And you also have to consider the different platforms. LinkedIn, very business.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not going to be using a ton of emojis and posting a ton of selfies and you know,
saying don't do that.
Like friendly banter. There's no friendly banter there. It's really business, straight to the point. These are the services and solutions, and we could bring value to your corporation.
Yeah.
And then you go over to Facebook, and Facebook is all about the food pictures and the selfies, right? So then it's a little bit more casual of an environment. So consider each place like you're going to a party.
Okay.
How would you dress for LinkedIn?
Right.
Business-like,
yeah.
Right? So business-like, that's how you're going to talk on LinkedIn. Twitter would be business casual.
This would actually be a really cute post.
Right? We should consider it.
You could make like little squares, like 4 block.
Yeah.
And that's like the outfit. That's
I could like do a fashion show.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Maybe we do that. Twitter would be business casual because if you use Twitter properly, it could be super beneficial. A lot of people wrote Twitter off. I don't
understand Twitter.
A lot of people wrote Twitter off. A lot of people made millions off of Twitter. I think Twitter used properly is a gold mine for businesses because if you use Twitter like your custom newspaper, there's going to be a lot of value. Right? So if I treat Twitter like everything is above the fold. For all you youngins, when you buy a newspaper, it's folded, and everything above the fold is the important stuff. All the new current events, headlines, right? So if you follow the brands or the companies or the people that you would want to be above the fold, that you would want them to be the headline of the newspaper, then you are creating your custom newspaper.
Interesting.
Feed. So you're only getting the value content that you truly want.
Yeah.
Whereas on Facebook, we follow our friends, and there's a lot of crap there. You could really customize Twitter.
Yeah.
Business casual.
Yeah, I like it.
And then Facebook would be super casual, or not super casual, but maybe
like barbecue.
Family barbecue.
Family barbecue.
Because barbecue is like people are doing funnels in the backyard. Family barbecue is a lot more calm, but fun. Telling you, bringing it today. So Facebook would be family barbecue, right? And I think Instagram would as well, because you never want to go so casual you turn people off, right? But if you treat your social media platforms as if they were parties, you know, that's kind of how you should post as well. But I would never go anything less than family barbecue, because then it could get a little outside of company culture, for that matter. So, but it's important, you know, if I'm posting on LinkedIn about business solutions that we could provide, and then on, you know, Facebook, then it might be more company culture. Yeah. Or it might be like, hey, read this blog because it's a do-it-yourself for your business.
Or something funny.
Or something funny. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents.
I love it. These are all things I have to work on too.
As do I.
I know, now it's like in a little checklist for me.
There you go.
And for you guys.
Yes. It's funny, like owning a marketing agency, I actually had to bring on people to help with the agency's
the day-to-day
presence, because I get so caught up and dedicated to my clients' needs. I certainly forget about my own.
Yeah.
So I had to bring on a small team to really focus on the agencies day in and day out. So posting and being really strategic about it.
Yeah.
So I guess when you're an entrepreneur and you're running your own stuff, you get so focused on the user or the client sometimes you forget about yourself. So yeah, it's super important that everybody is cognizant of what's going on and intentional about what they're doing for their clients, but also what they're doing for themselves.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, that's intentionality and social posting in your online presence. Bam.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. You got anything to add today?
No, I'm just soaking it all in.
I feel like I hogged the mic today. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah?
That's what you're here for.
I hog.
I do it too.
Not really.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Sometimes.
I don't know. I chime in a lot. I interrupt you a lot. Ooh, I do. I interrupt you a lot. Because I'm always like, oh, I messed up your train of thought. And you're like, no, I'm still on the train.
I'm still on the train. But that's good because that's how the conversation evolves, right?
This is true.
You know?
Yeah. So, well,
Yeah.
well, anyway, I'm going to edit this and I'm going to let y'all know I apologize if I was a mic hog today. I apologize.
I was just here to learn today.
Yeah.
These are things I need to know.
She's still emoming.
I am.
Yeah. All the socials. If you want to see like the snippets and the funny stuff that you don't see or hear, I usually clip those out and we post those on the socials. And we got all the What Would You Do Wednesdays and all that fun stuff also. So, check us out in all those places.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. And there's the puppy.
Oh, there's a mascot.
And Bailey wanted to make an appearance before we ended today.
Aww,
puppy. All right. Yeah, we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Garage weights and business takes. Katie.
Jensen.
Until next time. Later. All right.
Hey, boo boo.
That was like one of our fastest ones, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. Well,
it was like 15 minutes, right?
yeah, but the last couple were like 30 minutes. Like heavy files to transfer. I'm like watching YouTube cringe as I upload files.
She's like, no.
Stop.
No. No.
Hey, puppers. Oh.